tier list for the Sonic the Hedgehog game series, alright? This is not a definitive list by any means. This is just where I feel that these games deserve to be ranked based on how much I like them and what flaws they may have, alright? So first, we're going to start off with the original Sonic the Hedgehog, the game that started it all. So while I do think this is a great game for what it was, it definitely had early problems. Like, it was the first game in the series, and a lot of the levels weren't designed properly with Sonic speed. You get the first level, Green Hill Zone, where you can move really fast, but then all of a sudden you get thrown into Marble Hill Zone that slows you down and kind of screws with the gameplay a bunch. So this wasn't really fixed until later sequels. So as a result of this, I'm going to put this game in B tier. Alright, I don't think it's amazing, but it's not bad either. It's the game that started it all. Next, we're going with the Game Gear version. The Game Gear version, it's kind of cool. It's not, I don't think it's anything special. I'd probably put it in B tier as well. It's nothing amazing. It's just an 8-bit Sonic game, which is pretty cool. But it's not super special, and it's not really memorable to me. But it's all right. Now we're going with Sonic 2. Sonic 2, I think, is one of the greatest games ever made. I love Sonic 2. It fixed pretty much everything that was wrong with Sonic 1 and introduced Tails, and I'm a big Tails fan. Tails is one of my favorite characters, and it has a lot more fun levels, and the level design is definitely a lot better than Sonic 1. It's a huge improvement and a great sequel. I'd put Sonic 2 in... God, I don't know. Do I want to put it in S or do I want to put it in A? You know, I'm gonna put it in A tier because there are a couple levels I'm not a huge fan of. And then we get to Sonic 2 Game Gear Master System version. This is gonna go in B tier. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Game Gear games, but they're not bad. And Sonic 2 on Master System was technically the first appearance of Tails because it came out before the main Genesis version, so that's kind of cool. Next, we got Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a weird arcade game that was... It's not really playable nowadays. It has really shitty paddle controls, too. But it has Mighty and Ray, which is pretty cool. I haven't played much of it. I've played a little bit, but it couldn't really control well because of the paddle controls, and emulator just didn't work too well. I'm just gonna put it in... I don't know. I don't want to judge the game too much, so I'm gonna put it in C because I haven't played the original version, you know. So I'll put it in C, I guess. Now we're going with Sonic CD. I'm not a huge fan of Sonic CD. Sonic CD, I think, is not a bad game at all, but I'm not a huge fan of the time traveling mechanic. I think it makes it really complicated, and a lot of the levels are just way too big, way too much stuff going on, and I was not the hugest fan of Sonic CD. I don't think it's a bad game by any means, but I'm not a great fan of it, honestly. I'd probably put it above the Game Gear games, but I'd put it under Sonic 1 in B tier. Alright, now we got Sonic Chaos, another Game Gear game. I guess I like it a little more than Sonic 1 and 2 just because it's its own thing. But nothing super special. I'd probably put it in B tier. Alright, we got Sonic Spinball. Sonic Spinball, C tier. It's just a pinball game. It's not... I think it's a little fun. I don't think it's bad. It gets a lot of hate, but I kind of like it. But it's nothing super special. Now we got Sonic 3. Sonic 3, I'd probably put, if we're just ranking Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles by themselves, I'd probably just put them in A tier under Sonic 2. I don't think, by themselves, I don't think they're as good as Sonic 2. But here we get the big one. If we're talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, when you do the lock-on technology and combine them into this one big game, not right there. S tier. S tier. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is freaking amazing. I have no problems with it. It's perfect. The level design is great, and it's a fun time. I love Sonic 3. It's fucking amazing. Alright, now we got Sonic Drift. Sonic Drift is shit. Uh, it's shit. I'm putting it in D tier. I do have fun with it. It can be fun, but it's not that great. The controls are ass, and it's just not a great racing game. Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing is definitely the better racing game by far. We got Sonic Triple Trouble. Yeah, B tier again. I'd probably put it above Sonic Chaos, though. And honestly, I'd probably put Sonic Chaos above Sonic 2 Game Gear. And I'd probably put Triple Trouble right around here, under CD. Sonic Triple Trouble's alright. It's kind of fun. But again, nothing super special. It's just a Game Gear game, and Game Gear wasn't really that amazing, but it's not a bad game. I enjoy it. Now we got Knuckles Chaotix for 32X. Shit game, not fun. It's really boring, honestly. Not great game. I'd put it above Sonic Drift, but I'd definitely put it in D tier. Sonic Drift 2, same as Sonic Drift, maybe slightly better. It's not a good racing game, but I do have some fun with it, so that's why I'm not putting it in E tier. I have some fun with it. It's definitely an improvement over Sonic Drift, but it still controls like shit, and it's just not a great racing game. Sonic Labyrinth. D tier. I do kind of have some fun with Sonic Labyrinth, but I mean, they took the one thing that makes Sonic, or not the one thing, but one of the big things that makes Sonic fun, his speed. They took that away and made him super slow, and it's just kind of a boring game. Not really fun. Don't ever really plan on playing it again. Sonic Blast. Again, D tier. It's a shit Game Gear game. It's honestly I'd probably put Sonic Labyrinth over here. I'd probably put Sonic Blast a little above Sonic Labyrinth. It's nothing special. The graphics look like shit, and it's not a fun game, and it has a lot of issues. But now we go to Sonic 3D Blast, technically the first 3D Sonic game. Sonic 3D Blast, I think, is probably put it at the top of the D tier. It's not a good game. I do have some fun with it, but I think the controls are shit. The graphics look kind of shitty, and I don't think it's anything special, honestly. Alright, we got Sonic the Fighters. Sonic the Fighters, I'm gonna put it in the top of C tier. I honestly, I have a lot of fun with Sonic the Fighters, but the roster isn't the greatest, and the controls are kind of whack. But I do have a lot of fun with the Fighters, and same with Sonic R. Sonic R, it's honestly not a good game, but I enjoy it, and I have a lot of fun playing multiplayer Sonic R with my friends. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Not a great racing game, but it's definitely better than the Sonic Drift games. Oh shit, now we got the big boy, Sonic motherfucking Adventure. I already know where I'm putting this. This is my favorite Sonic game of all time, S tier. Fun as fuck gameplay. Some of the best controls in a Sonic game ever. It's the first true 3D Sonic game with modern Sonic. And I love pretty much everything about Sonic Adventure. I love the level design. I love how you get to play as different characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Gamma, and Big. And a lot of people hate on Big, and while Big's not my favorite, I don't really have a huge problem with it. I love Sonic Adventure, and I love the story. I love the concept of chaos, and I love the supersonic boss battle with chaos. So I think Sonic Adventure is a masterpiece. It's definitely my favorite Sonic game of all time. That's why it deserves its rank in S tier. Sonic Pocket Adventure, A tier. Sonic Pocket Adventure, it's a really fun game. It kind of just reuses levels from past classic Sonic games, but it's portable, and it's really fun. I like it a lot. I don't think it's bad at all. Sonic Shuffle, I'm going to put that in C tier, along with Fighters R. Sonic Shuffle's not a good game. It's just a really shitty version of Mario Party. Um, but you know what? I do have some fun with it, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Sonic Adventure 2, another big boy. All right, Sonic Adventure 2 is gonna go at the top of A tier. I love Sonic Adventure 2. I am in the minority. I feel like when it comes to liking Sonic Adventure 1 more than 2 because a lot of people prefer 2. I do think 2 has the better story, and 2 did introduce Shadow the Hedgehog, who's one of the greatest Sonic characters ever made. But I don't know. Some of the levels, there's a lot of levels in it more than Sonic Adventure that I just don't have fun with. Like the treasure hunting was made way worse in Sonic Adventure 2 than it was in Adventure. Like it wasn't great in Adventure, but it was not as bad as it was in Adventure 2. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to put Adventure 2 at A tier. I have more issues with Adventure 2 than I do with Adventure 1, but I still love the game. It's still a great game. Alright, we got Sonic Advance. Sonic Advance, I'd put in A tier. I have a lot of fun with Sonic Advance. I think it's a great Game Boy game, Game Boy Advance game, and it's really fun, really good 2D game made by Dimps. Yeah, I mean, I don't got much to say about it. I have a lot of fun with Sonic Advance. Sonic Advance 2, I'd also put in A tier. I don't like Sonic Advance 2 as much as Sonic Advance, but I still think it's a really fun time, and it's not bad at all. Sonic Pinball Party, I've honestly not really played much, but it is kind of boring. I do like Sonic Spinball more. I'll put it in C tier. It's okay. I haven't played a whole lot, but I don't think it's anything super special, you know. Sonic Battle. I want to put it in D because it's really not that good of a game, but I really like playing it sometimes. I'm gonna put it above Pinball Party in C, above Spinball too. Above Sega Sonic as well. Actually, I do have a lot of fun with Sonic Battle. It has its issues and it's not a good fighting game at all, and the story's kind of whack. But I have fun with it, and I'm a little nostalgic for it too. Ooh, now we got Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is going in the A tier, but where do I want to put it? I'm gonna put it right here. Sonic Heroes, I have a lot of fun with. The reason it's not an S tier though is it has a lot of issues and it's really slippery to control, and some of the levels I just don't think are that great. And I think the game's really long and it can get kind of hard, but I still have a lot of fun with Sonic Heroes, and it's enough for me to put it in A rank. So Sonic Heroes is a fun time. It is often credited as the start of the downfall of Sonic, but I don't think so. I think Sonic Heroes is great. Sonic Advance 3 is going in B tier. It's not as good as Advance 1 and 2. Like, it's not a bad game. It's still a good game. Obviously, I just put it in B tier. But it's kind of weird, and I don't know. I didn't have as much fun with Advance 3. Shadow the Hedgehog, Shadow the Edge Lord, Shadow motherfucking with a gun. Alright, we got Shadow the Hedgehog. A lot of people hate this game and say it's total shit. I honestly like it a lot. I'm putting it in fucking B tier right there. I have a lot of fucking fun with Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I know it's kind of stupid, but, like, come on. It's Shadow with the gun shooting things. Like, it's pretty badass. I mean, like, fuck, dude. Like, it's pretty freaking sick. Alright, we got Sonic Rush. Oh, I love Sonic Rush. I'm putting Sonic Rush in A tier. It's a great DS game. I love Sonic Rush. I have a shit ton of fun with Sonic Rush. That's why it's going in A tier. It's freaking awesome. Sonic Riders, one of my favorite racing games of all time. I am a huge fan of Sonic Riders. Including that opening intro, man, that music and that animated intro, it's so badass. But Sonic Riders is really hard too. And I'm not as nostalgic for it as I am with Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. However, I do still have fun with it. It's a great game, one of the better Sonic racing games in my opinion. I know the Riders series gets a lot of hate, but I like it a lot. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Where am I gonna put it in B tier? I'm gonna put it right there. No, I'll put it above Shadow. It is better than Shadow. Alright. Oh, we got another big boy. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Alright, so this game gets a lot of fucking shit from people. It's considered the worst Sonic game of all time because it's filled with glitches, ugly character models, weird fucking story, and a lot of people just hate the game. And I don't blame them. It's not a great game. However, my opinion's going to be very controversial. I fucking love Sonic 06. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. I fucking love this game. Sonic 06 is some of the earliest memories I have with Sonic, along with Sonic Unleashed over here. And I have a huge I have a great time with Sonic 06, and I love the multiplayer, and I play the multiplayer all the time with friends, and we're probably going to do a live stream of the multiplayer coming soon on this channel, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I know a lot of people hate Sonic 06 with a passion, but I have so much fun with it. I'm going to put it in B tier. Honestly, I'm going to put it above Sonic CD. I'm not a huge fan of Sonic CD. You know what? No, I'm putting it above Sonic 1 too, because Sonic 1 I'm not a huge fan of either. And I love Sonic 06. Part of me kind of wants to put Sonic 06 in A tier, but I do admit that it's not a great game, and that's why I'm putting it in B tier. But I think it gets way too much hate. I love Sonic 06. Alright, now we're going to Sonic Rivals. Didn't play much of Sonic Rivals. From what I played, wasn't that great. I'm going to put it right there in C tier. It wasn't really that fun. It was kind of boring, honestly. Sonic and the Secret Rings. This is easy. Sonic and the Secret Rings is going... No. Sonic and the Secret Rings is going in D tier. Alright, Sonic and the Secret Rings is shit. Like, it's not a good game. Main problem with the game is the motion controls. The motion controls frickin' suck. Like, it makes the game unplayable to me, and the only reason this game is not an E tier is because of its party mode. The party mode, I have a blast every time I play. I think it's fun as fuck, and I play it a lot with my friends. I think it's a great game. I love the party mode, but for the actual main Secret Rings, it's a shit fest. So that's why it's going in D. Sonic Rush Adventure, it's gonna go right up with Sonic Rush, wherever I put that. Sonic Rush Adventure's gonna go... Sonic Rush Adventure's gonna go in B tier. It's not as good as Sonic Rush. But it's okay. It's nothing special. It's still pretty fun, but it's gonna go in B tier. Alright, we got Sonic Rivals 2. Slightly better than Sonic Rivals, but nothing special. I'm gonna put Sonic Rivals 2. Why does this keep happening? I'm sorry, guys. Sonic Rivals 2 is gonna go right here in C tier. I don't think it's that great, but it's not terrible. It's alright. It's okay. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I have a lot of... Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. This is fucking annoying. I keep clicking the wrong thing. My bad, guys. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, I have a lot of fucking fun with. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. It does have... The Wii version does have the same shitty motion controls that Secret Rings does. However, it gives you the option to use a GameCube controller, which fixes the game for me. And I have a lot of nostalgic for Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I'm still gonna put it in B tier, but I'm gonna put it right above Sonic Riders. I love Zero Gravity. Alright, we got Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood. Shit game. Another shit game. The one time Sonic ever had an RPG and they fucked it up, and it has a shit story and it's not that fun. Sonic Unleashed. This game means the world to me. I love Sonic Unleashed. I grew up with it. I'm super nostalgic for it. My earliest memories of Sonic games are Sonic 06 and Sonic Unleashed. I know the nighttime stages in this game get a lot of shit because you got the fastest fuck boost daytime stages, and all of a sudden you slow down and you have kind of a repetitive combat system with the nighttime stages. However, I'm a big fan of the nighttime stages. I love the nighttime stages. I think they're super fun. And I love the daytime stages. I love everything about this game. I am a huge Sonic Unleashed fan. I'm going to put Sonic Unleashed right over here. I love Sonic Unleashed. It's great. It's great. I love it. Sonic and the Black Knight. It's the second storybook game because there was supposed to be a big storybook series for Sonic. There was Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight, and those games didn't do so well, so the third one was canceled. But I do think Sonic and Black Knight is better than Secret Rings. I'm gonna put it right here. I do have a lot more fun with it than Secret Rings. They fixed the shitty motion control. It does still have motion controls, but they're not as bad that they were in Secret Rings. But it's not a great game, but I do have fun with it. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Let's see. That's a great racing game. I'm going to put it in. You know what? I honestly, I have more fun with this game than I do with Mario Kart. I'm going to say that right now. I'm going to put it right fucking here. I think it's a great racing game, and I wish they kept making them. I mean, I guess they did kind of make Team Sonic Racing, but Team Sonic Racing wasn't as good. But it is what it is. Sonic 4 Episode 1. Shit. E tier, honestly. This game fucking sucks. I fucking hate it. I have no fun with it whatsoever. It's not a good game at all. And the graphics are shit, and it's not a fun time. I fucking hate Sonic 4 Episode 1, and I hate that they use the name Sonic 4 for a shit game like this. Fuck Sonic 4. Sonic Free Riders, another shit game. Not fun at all. It was the final Riders games, which sucks because I liked the first two Riders games. But it was on the Xbox 360 Connect, and it wasn't fun to play at all. It wasn't fun at all. Shit game. Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors is going in. I'm going to put Sonic Colors in B tier. I have a lot of fun with Sonic Colors. I think it's super fun. I think it's really fun. The story's kind of weird, and I don't like how cheesy it can get sometimes, but I have fun with it. It's a good game. I like Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors DS version, I am more nostalgic for, and I think it's honestly up there with Sonic Rush. I have a lot of fun with Sonic Colors on DS. It's basically Sonic Rush 3, and I think it's a fun, great time. Sonic Generations. I am putting in A tier, right above Sonic Colors. Fun as fuck game, shit story. And that's why it's not an S tier, because I do love this game, and if it wasn't for the shit story, I probably would put it in S tier. But it's a fun game. I have a lot of fun and a lot of nostalgic for it, and it's fun to replay. So that I'm putting that in A tier. Sonic Generations 3DS is gonna go in C tier. I know a lot of people hate on the 3DS version of this game. But I think it's all right, and it has some stages that weren't in the console version, so I think it's okay. I don't think it's anything that horrendous. Nothing special, but there's worse Sonic games out there, that's for sure. Okay, we got Sonic 4 Episode 2. I'm gonna put it right there. It's definitely a major improvement over Sonic 4, but I still don't think it's that great. I don't really have that much fun every time I play it. But it's for what it is. It's okay. It's okay. Definitely an improvement over the first one. And there was supposed to be a Sonic 4 Episode 3, which probably would have been better than this one, but it got canceled. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Sonic Jump, that was a mobile game. It's just a fucking mobile game. Like, it's not... I don't even know why it's on this list. It's not even, like, a real game. Same with Jump Fever. Like, Jump and Jump Fever, I'm indifferent to. I didn't play them a whole lot when they were out, but... they're not... It's just a jump game. Like, I don't think they're bad, so I'm gonna put them in... I'm gonna put them in I'm gonna put both Jump and Jump Fever at the end of C tier. I don't think they're bad, but they're just mobile games. Like I guess for a mobile game they're decent, but like we just got Sonic Dream Team, which is a mobile game, and Sonic Dream Team's way better than this shit. So I'll just put it in C tier. Um, Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transformed, I love. I think it's a fantastic racing game. I don't think it's as good as Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing though. So I'm gonna put it right here next to Zero Gravity. I don't think it's as good as the original Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing, but I do still think it's a fun time. So it's not bad. I don't know why this is popping up. We got Sonic Dash, another mobile game, but you know what? I had a lot of fun with Sonic Dash when it was out. It's definitely a fun endless runner. I'm gonna put it in a. I'm gonna put it at the back of B tier. Yeah, definitely a fun game. Nothing too special, but it's an endless runner, and I'm addicted to endless runners. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but nothing bad. Sonic Lost World. Sonic Lost World gets a lot of hate. I don't think it's terrible like a lot of people say it is, but I don't think it's amazing either. I'll put it probably like right here. It's C tier. It's excuse me. It's not anything super great, but it's not bad either. Put it in C tier. Sonic Lost World 3DS sucks. That's going at D tier. It sucks. It's a worse version of a game that's already not that great. So that's all I gotta say on that. Ooh, now we got Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. So in my opinion, this game, this game right here, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, is the greatest Sonic game ever made, and that's why it's going at the very fucking top of S tier. And I'm just kidding. I'm fucking lying. I fucking hate this game. This is one of the worst games I ever fucking played. I had to force myself to play it. I'm surprised I even beat it because it was such a slog. I had no fun with this game. There's nothing good about this game. I fucking hate it. I never want to play it again. I never want to see it again. Every time I see my copy of the game, I just want to puke. I hate every single thing about this fucking game, and that's why it's going at the bottom of fucking E tier. I fucking hate this game. It's the worst Sonic game ever made, in my opinion. I can't fucking stand this goddamn game. Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. It's better than Rise of Lyric, so that's why it's going in D tier, but it's not that great. I don't like the medal system, how you can't... it's kind of similar to Sonic Unleashed, but not as good as Sonic Unleashed. You can't progress until you find more, like, medals and shit, and I don't like that. So, it's not a good game, but it's better than Rise of Lyric. I fucking hate you, Rise of Lyric. Sonic Runners, fucking love Sonic Runners. This is a mobile game. It was a mobile game before it was discontinued. Um, Honestly, Sonic Runners is one of the best Sonic mobile games, though. I'm still gonna put it in B tier, just because it's a mobile game. I'm not a huge fan of the Sonic mobile games, but it's all right. I'm gonna put it above Sonic Dash, though. It's all right. Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom, honestly, D tier. Wait, D tier, better than Shadow Crystal, better than Lost World. I'd probably put it. I'd probably put it next to 3D Blast. It's not that good. Not that great, but especially with Sonic Dash 1 actually being a pretty good game. Not that great, but I mean, it is what it is. It's all right, I guess. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, definitely the best Sonic Boom game. I'm putting it in C tier. Definitely the best Sonic Boom game. Not super amazing. It's not super. It's not that great, but it's definitely a lot more fun than the other Sonic Boom games, and that's why it's going in C tier. Sonic Runners Adventure. It's gonna go at the back of B tier. Not as good as Sonic Runners, but it's a fun game. It's all right. It's decent. Let's see. Sonic Mania. Fucking love Sonic Mania. I fucking love Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is gonna go right fucking here. I love Sonic Mania. Right in A tier. It's a great classic Sonic game, and I have a lot of fucking fun with it. It's a fantastic game. I love Sonic Mania, and I was so glad it got made. And then we got the other game that came out around the same time as Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces is going right at the top of D tier. Not a great game. Not a good game at all. Not a good game at all. I think it's just, it feels really lazy. Like you can get through most of the game by just holding the move stick forward. Like you don't even really have to do anything, and the levels are so linear and short, and it feels like a lazy game. And I'm not even a big fan of the custom avatar either. It's not a fun game at all. I don't think it's very good. Sonic Forces Speed Battle, mobile game. I don't think it's that good. I'm gonna also put it in D tier. I don't think it's that fun. I know a lot of people like it, but I'm not a fan of Speed Battle at all. We got Team Sonic Racing. Out of the Sonic racing games, like the current ones, like Sonic All Stars Racing, All Stars Racing Transform, and Team Sonic Racing, Team Sonic Racing is gonna go here. It's not as good as the other All Star Racing games, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's not terrible, but that's where it's gonna go. Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers is gonna go. The most recent 3D Sonic game is gonna go right here. I actually have a lot of fun with Sonic Frontiers. I definitely think it's a step in the right direction for the Sonic franchise. However, it's missing a lot of features, and it's a lot of shit in the game I don't like. But I do think it's a fun game, and I do think it's definitely a step in the right direction. And hopefully the next game is even better. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers B tier, and then last but not least, we got the most recent classic Sonic game, Sonic Superstars. Sonic Superstars, not as good as Sonic Mania. I'm gonna put it in B tier next to Frontiers. It's a great game, but some of the levels I think are too long, and I think the boss fights fucking suck. Like they're ridiculous how long some of them are. But it's all right. Not as good as Sonic Mania, so it's a little bit of a disappointment. But it's okay. It's nothing great. But yeah, this has been my ranking of the Sonic game series. Let me know in the comments below how you'd rank some of these games. If some of your games would be different, like would you put Sonic 06 in E tier, like a lot of people probably would, or would you put it in B tier, or do you even like it more than me? I don't know. All right, guys, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you guys soon in the next video. Thank you. Bye.